since I really got a chance to talk about Kandi Burruss on my channel, and I was so excited to finally make a video. Even though I was sharing some bad news, I had no doubt that Kandi and Todd's marriage would be just fine. But what I didn't realize at the time was that y'all, yes, I'm talking about you, sis, y'all started dragging me in the comments talking about how I was perpetuating toxic double standards that put pressure on women who are bossing up while praising men for doing the same exact thing. And I was shook. It's Justin Diego back with another Bingeworthy video. And today, I promised my beautiful black queens a serious discussion about these allegations of double standards, because although I love the drama, at the end of the day, I really like leaving my binge watchers with a couple of laughs and a little bit of light to help you guys make it through the week. But sometimes we do have to talk about bad news.
Drifting about, wondering where I went wrong.
At a certain point, you gotta say, you know what? I need this time with my family.
All the lessons I ever learned seem to have gone away in the distance.
We've had a couple moments where either you got on my damn nerves or I got on your nerves.
'Cause I'm scared that I am running out of time.
You know, I always felt guilty because I do work so much.
Asking God above to carry me to a quiet.
We've been so focused on success that we've become great business partners.
Right.
We love each other to death, but we just haven't had time to be happy together lately.
Todd and I are going to work through this.
For today's video, we are doing things a little bit different. Yes, you made it here for the live discussion, so it's definitely time for you to join the conversation. And you don't gotta download no app or nothing. Just click the StreamYard link that I've placed in the live chat to join the broadcast. You can come on camera if you want to, or you can just be like me, serving podcast vibes here in my pajamas. And I especially want to hear from my ladies who had a lot to say about these double standards that are stopping y'all from living y'all's best life. Our live discussion starts now.
We teach girls to shrink themselves, to make themselves smaller. We say to girls, you can have ambition, but not too much. You should aim to be successful, but not too successful, otherwise you will threaten the man. Because I am female, I'm expected to aspire to marriage. I'm expected to make my life choices, always keeping in mind that marriage is the most important. Now, marriage can be a good source of joy and love and mutual support, but why do we teach girls to aspire to marriage and we don't teach boys the same? We raise girls to see each other as competitors, not for jobs or for accomplishments, which I think can be a good thing, but for the attention of men. We teach girls that they cannot be sexual beings in the way that boys are. Feminist, a person who believes in the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes.
Hi y'all, can you guys hear me? I want to see some purple hearts in the chat if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Let me see some purple hearts. Somebody said, I pulled up, what's the tea? It's going to be quite a bit of tea, but this is going to be a different type of video. So y'all can't hear me. Perfect. Hello, squad. Shout out to new members. Shout out to old members. Shout out to new subscribers and old subscribers. I always appreciate you guys, showing your support. And I am smiling from ear to ear right now, seeing these purple hearts in the chat. Yeah. Hello, Kendra. Hello, John Blue. Hello, Christopher Gooseby. How are y'all doing tonight? Are you guys ready to get into some things? Yes, I've already placed the link in the description or in the live chat, so you guys can go ahead and call in and join the conversation with me. Because I definitely want, like I said in my intro, I definitely want some of my Black queens to call in because this video is really for y'all. And I already see y'all already starting in the comment section with y'all little opinions. How many of you guys watched my last two videos about Kandi? And let me know in the comment section what you guys felt about it. Do you feel like, I should have spoke up about the double standards, or, do y'all forgive me? Already have our first call. Hello, Mar.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. I'm team you, but I'm not a queen, so therefore I'm just gonna try to express how I feel about this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Todd just wants stuff double standard. What I think of this is like Kandi has so many businesses and she's well known with the Escape and all this and the other stuff, and she got a lot of money. So I'm not understanding. I understand that you're trying to set your kids up so if you pass away or whatever, your kids are set.
Right.
But if you're having kids, I just think that you should just spend time with them. And I mean, Todd keeps on doing these businesses. If you want your wife to sit there and to be like, you need to spend more time with me, then you need to stop opening up all these restaurants and spend time with her. So it's like they both are going back and forth. They both are saying that spending more time with each other, but um her daughter even said you don't even spend time with your kids at all. So why you're trying to have another baby? So it's just like you're traveling and you're doing all this other stuff. So what's the point of you still trying to be in this work world and you're doing something? So I'm not understanding how Todd is saying some stuff and then she's saying stuff. Like y'all both are set. Y'all both have two homes in Sandy Springs. Y'all both are real good or whatever. You mean you have Ace and you have another child now. So why
Mm-hmm.
not be there while your kids are growing up? It saddened me. Like I was crying almost when Ace was like,
Crying.
I was, a little tear drop because when like when a baby is saying that he wants to see his mama on FaceTime, it shows me that you don't really spend time with him like that. So
Right.
it's just like you need to spend time with your kids. If you want kids, don't keep on having kids and you're not gonna be there for them. So I mean,
Right.
and I'm taking Riley's side. Riley's outspoken, and she said, "Don't have no kids because y'all barely here," and
Right.
she's the one taking care of the kids. So
Okay.
I mean,
Well, I don't want to cut you off, but I want to get everybody some time to join the conversation. I appreciate what you're saying. So you're definitely leaning on the side that Kandi is working too much. You don't feel like it's like a double standard.
I feel like both of them working too much.
Okay, that's fair enough. Thank you so much for calling. I hope to see you in the chat.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hi, how are
Hi.
you?
I'm sorry. You know what? Just to say real quick, Kandi, I followed her for years, and Kandi has always wanted this husband, right? She
Mhm.
always wanted to be married. And yeah, it is a double standard. There are certain times I do believe that a wife should take a back seat for a minute for her family, right?
Mhm.
It's okay to make money, and she got plenty of it. And I think that her daughter is right. You keep having these kids. What was the point of you having a surrogate to have this brand newborn baby that you're not going to invest all this intimate time with? Especially you didn't have the baby, so you need more intimate bonding with this baby.
Right. Well, it's
Right.
definitely, I'm glad that you called in. I'm especially excited to hear from my Black women tonight, because there's only so much I can say as a Black man.
Right.
But I noticed that you guys really wanted this conversation to happen. So I definitely wanted to foster it. So it's interesting because you're saying that you Do you or do you not feel like it's a double standard, or do you feel like it doesn't apply to this situation?
I don't think it really applied to this situation. I think, she asked for it. You know what I mean? This is what she wanted. So why change now? That's all I'm saying. Right. And she needs to just listen to her, just listen to her husband. She's been going through all these different men, and it seemed like it's the same complaint. Even though the other ones didn't have she didn't have a baby by them, but it was, she was either working too much, she wasn't giving them enough attention or time, and I guess she just have to find a balance. They have to find a balance.
Right. Well, thank you so much for joining the call. It seems like a lot of people feel the exact same way that you feel, that more than anything, Kandi just needs to find that balance.
That's it.
All right. Thank you for coming.
All
right. Thank you. Talk to you later. No. Thank you, guys. I'm going to go ahead and post the link in the chat one more time, because I definitely want you guys to be able to call in, and shout out to everybody who's already called in. And I have some more people to go ahead and add next. Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay.
I see that you are, got your mask on in this quarantine.
Yeah, I just don't make sure I don't want to have my neighbors give me that COVID-19 right now.
Right.
Outside.
Where are you at?
Mobile, Alabama.
Mobile, Alabama. Well, thanks for calling. What do you want to discuss tonight?
I just wanted to say, I just think they just got to have a storyline. Todd liked the money. Kandi liked the money. You only film for a certain time of about a few months, and then it's back to the good life.
So so as a woman, you don't feel like, Todd, you don't feel like Todd should be able to like hold down home for Kandi while she's like out here getting to the money?
I mean, they got nannies and stuff. You know that. He sometimes he can travel with her and then stay at home, take care of the kids,
Right.
They got it together. But they gotta show a little drama for the TV for us. For the entertainers,
Okay.
That's all that is.
So basically you feel like it's not really a problem. They just putting on for a storyline.
Exactly. Because they got about 6 months. They got about 6 months and they filming, and the other 6 months they not filming at Housewives. They doing other stuff. What's his name? Todd is traveling with her and the kids, and then they was on vacation and all that other stuff. So they putting on for the camera. It's a show. You got to show a little drama.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much for calling. I so appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Be safe. All right. So we have some people who feel like Kandi needs to just have balance. We have some people that feel like, there is no double standard at all. And then we have some people just feeling like Kandi and Todd are putting on for the gram. Ooh, have mercy.
I really could make binge-worthy videos all day long, but it's you guys that really make it worth it for me. So when I read comments from Real Housewives of Atlanta fans, or people who don't even watch the show but really enjoy my videos, I get really excited. So a couple of days ago, I asked my Instagram followers to chime in so that I had an idea of where conversations would go today during this live video, and they did not disappoint. I asked, is there a double standard when it comes to women pursuing their careers while managing family? And Housewives fans responded, there is a double standard 100%. But when your own children are vocal about your absence, things should be reevaluated. Before another fan chimed in saying, double standard period, exclamation point. I'm not explaining, with the hands thrown up in the air emoji. And another fan chimed in saying, why is it expected that the woman has to be the main one raising the kids, exclamation point. Also, where does Todd think the money's gonna come from for the thousands of startups that he be doing, question mark? Before my good sis had me cracking up talking about Kandi needs to take her behind home and rock her baby, play with her little boy, and ride her husband in that order before she wake up like Floyd Mayweather with a bunch of money and lonely. Before another Housewives fan chimed in saying, absolutely a double standard, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Not to mention, misogyny is hard to deal with as a black woman, exclamation point, exclamation point. That doesn't go to say Kandi can't do better with balance, exclamation point. Nevertheless, she would not have been expected to do better balancing if she were a man. Before Chrissy came down hard on Kandi saying, no, it's not. There was no problem with her chasing her bag before she decided to keep expanding her family. But she keeps wanting kids, yet makes no time to be with them. And another fan chimed in saying, it's one thing to pursue your career, but when you decide to have a large family and multiple kids, you have to prioritize your life. She has plenty of money. She can relax, I'm sure. Before B. Myers joined the chat saying, I feel in life one should have balance. From what is portrayed of her on the show, it seems there's no balance. No one is saying she shouldn't have a career, but she should know what is her priorities. And Queen Cleo did not pass up an opportunity to chime in saying, I was gonna leave the yes and be done, but I have seen some comments from the dark ages, ... Babies need their mamas home, question mark, exclamation point, exclamation point, question mark. No, children need happy, loving parents. Yes, balance is needed, but a mother's happiness also has to be part of that balance. Yes, it's clear that fans are still torn. While some fans feel like this is an example of the double standards that hold strong women back, other fans are saying that Kandi really needs to find a better balance. So yes, go ahead and let me know in the comment section how you're feeling about this situation. And if you've made it to the live discussion, go ahead and click the link that I've pasted in the live chat to call in and let me know what's on your mind. Hello, ladies. I added 2 of you guys. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Awesome.
Perfect. So I want to hear what you guys think, like after you've seen some of the comments from my Instagram page, like how are you guys feeling about these double standard allegations?
I feel that it's unfair. I feel that when women take a strategy move to do better in business, and we all hear the hashtag boss bitch, boss woman, that isn't taken with the same grain of salt as it is when a man does it. To make my comment short, if Kandi had a penis, we would not even be having this discussion.
I agree. I agree. I really do. I just, yes, she does need balance, but at the same time, it takes 2 to have kids. So the way I see it, he can be at home with them kids, just like she could be at home with them kids. Don't throw all the blame on her and you doing the same thing. So I don't want to hear all that from Todd. Todd can chill.
Okay, I hear y'all. So basically, you guys both feel like basically we're being too hard on Kandi, and Kandi should be able to continue to do all of these things, and Todd should just kind of hold her up while she does it.
No, Kandi actually has she has a village, and I want to be clear when I say this. When she had her moment, and she does do like a community group text, so we go back and forth with Kandi. When Kandi said that she holds a lot of people up, everybody you see in her family, she actually holds them down. There are very few people in our community of women of color that are willing to extend that olive branch, that tree, those roots to everybody. And especially in this particular economy, she had talked about it a couple of shows back. She said, look, we got something coming up. There's a recession. We might want to be careful, because she's talking about her aunts, her cousins. She holds a lot of people down. I mean, even when her restaurant was shut down, everybody still got a check. So nobody's mad when the money is flowing. But as soon as it's cut off, and then it's all of a sudden, oh, Kandi, what happened? Kandi, what happened with that? She paid the people from her play, even when the play got canceled. She made sure everybody walked away with a check. So I don't see a lot of men of color extending that same type of olive branch that's on her platform. But then when she does that, we're going to ridicule her. And that whole old school BS about oh, the kids need their mom, the kids need their mom. It only took her vagina and her uterus to spit those kids out. It takes a whole lot more to raise them.
Okay. Well,
Amen.
all right. Well, thank you for calling and sharing your opinion. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Having me.
I feel like she got me together, y'all. She really ripping hard for y'all. Hi, Tanya. How are you? Can you hear me? Hello?
Amen.
Hello? All right. Well, thank you for calling and sharing your opinion. I really appreciate it. Hello, Summer?
Hello,
Hi,
can
how's
you
it
hear
going?
me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good, I'm okay. So basically, I'm not on like either side.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what I wanted to say is, you know, you know, you gotta make money. Money makes the world go around. And I think as far as Candy, her being a businesswoman and wanting to have that type of security, there is nothing wrong with that. And as far as Todd too. But I think when it gets to the point where the kids are starting to feel that type of neglect, not saying that she's neglecting her kids, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if my child came up to me and be like, "Mommy, I miss you," and I've been away for a while, like I would feel fucked up about that. Excuse my French,
Mm-hmm.
but I would feel very upset about that, and I would be like, something would click into me, like, you know what? I need to be spending more time to my kid because my I don't want my kid to even be feeling that, regardless of what the man or me are bringing to the table. If my kid is feeling any type of neglect or missing me or his father, I'm gonna change whatever I need to do so that my child doesn't feel that at the end of the day, because that's what's more
Right.
important than anything. And I think that once that was brought to Candy's attention, I think that something clicked for her too. Like, okay, you can see how she felt bad as far
Mm-hmm.
as even when it came down to Todd and her child.
Right.
So
And I want
I
to
just
point out, someone said in someone brought this up in a comment that I thought was really interesting. They said, first of all, most kids, are going to be saying like, oh, I miss my mommy, even if they've been gone
right.
away just like an hour. So I feel like we didn't take that into consideration.
I
And
agree.
I just feel like you said, I appreciated that Candy isn't running away from it and just being like, okay, well, screw you, hold this down. She's saying that she feels bad. She's saying that she wants to do better. It's just going to kind of
Hmm.
take time. And I love that she's the one who actually initiated the whole therapy session.
Right. And even like on her channel, I caught a couple clips of it earlier of
Hmm.
her, feeling remorseful about that and then, making the proper changes so that, it could be a better situation for her and her family. And I think that, you know, that is the most big thing, long as she realizes the wrong or, whatever she feels, so her family can be better.
Right. Well, I appreciate you calling in and joining the conversation.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll see you in the chat. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine. I have two folds of the story because, as an older woman that raised 5 kids, and I did have a husband,
Hmm.
first of all, mother's always going to feel guilty. So you're going to have to learn to live with that. But she's also modeling for her children the ethics of work.
Hmm.
Then there's the other part that um, being a wife is challenging and it comes with its ups and downs. But the best thing Kandi did was acknowledging it. And then they worked through it. And then what they have to do is just adjust schedules
Hmm.
because and she's also sometimes before she got married later. So she still has to transition her thinking process as a single woman providing for everyone, and now she's married.
Right. I can definitely see that. So do you feel like offended that people are causing this or raising this concern for Kandi? Do you feel like it is that double standard going on?
It is. It's a double standard, and it's going to always be there.
Hmm.
But she has to make up in her mind and with her husband their communication how they're going to adjust, because unfortunately a man can go out and stay all day and all night and work overtime, and children don't miss him.
Right.
But if a woman does it, they look at her differently. It's just like if we as an executive, we raise, we say something as a Black woman, we are being, we're creating unsafe space for people. So it definitely is a double standard.
Right. Well, let me ask you this, because I feel as a Black man and also as a creator who's talking about stuff like this, what is your expectation from me about this?
My expectation is just to be supportive.
Hmm.
Be supportive, but I also acknowledge your needs. I also understand that, sometimes as a male, you don't get it, because when there's children involved, it's just a different, and the only reason why it's a double standard, because there's children there.
Hmm.
And if she wasn't single, this wouldn't be a problem, because they
Right.
could work it out.
Right.
But because there's children there, that creates the double standard.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you calling in, and I hope to see you in the chat.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you? I can't believe I'm on here. How are you? I'm a newbie.
You're a new binge watcher. Shout out to new binge watchers.
I'm have binge while I'm quarantined, okay? And I'm like, hello, can you do every day? why you starving us?
Right. I would lose my mind if I had to do a video every day now.
It was that 3-hour one. I said, oh, he just filled me all, and I didn't even have to watch the whole season. But but with Kandi, I think it's both of their fault. I'm just gonna say it. Todd's wrong because he got with a celebrity, and she's wrong because she got with a real dude. He is a 100% man, and he has traditional values. She is a 100% celebrity, and she likes that lifestyle. So they both have to give or sacrifice to kind of be in each other's world. He wants to raise his children with the standards and the values, which I believe no one should be spoiled. Who wants to drink spoiled milk or eat bad cheese? So, who wants to have children that just sit around and Raleigh don't do nothing? You think she's working? No, she's learning from her mom how to hustle and brainstorm and mastermind and plot just like her mother. And he's trying to teach his child the way he kind of had to, fight, go to school, go to college, work and, buckle up them bootstraps to, get what he had to do. So they're both like two opposite worlds. They're cute as pie together. I mean, he's
Right.
adorable, she's adorable, but they just have two different values. She chases the bag and he's chasing a family, basically.
Right. But that's the thing that I found interesting on Sunday night's episode is Kandi, she kind of changed everything for me when she was just like, boy, you work just as much as me. So is he really chasing family, or is he really just trying to put her in her place?
We would never know, because they need to do like a whole Kandi. I'm here for a whole nother Kandi season and make Nene all the way mad, because I would love to just watch her and Kandi and how they Kandi and her man and how they just build their family. Because every time they like pan to Todd, he is like the one trying to put together a baby shower. Why my man didn't put together my baby shower? So he's like, okay, I'm with Kendra. I mean, not Kendra. What's her name? The crazy lady. Kenya. She's like, Kandi, why I'm kicking you out my house? Go to your man.
Right.
She has the life, and she needs to recognize it, or if you want to chase these men that don't come home and don't call or don't want to be around you, like Kenya said,
then you can choose for that one. But she has someone to be by her side. Poor Kandi, right? Aw.
Well, yeah, I definitely think that they are a great couple together, and I hate to feel like I'd be speaking like out of turn, being like, "Oh, Todd's such a good husband or a good father," but I can only go based off kind of what I see. And I do think it's special that he wanted to plan the baby shower, and I do think it's special how he holds her down.
Mm-hmm.
He inspires her in business. So
Mm-hmm.
I am not that worried about.
And he put up with that mama. That much she gonna mess around and be like the old lady gang. She better stop.
There's so much to love
Don't want to
about
be like the old lady gang.
We cannot talk about Kandi's mama. We cannot talk about Kandi's mama.
Well, she better hold on.
No, my bad. I'm sorry.
Like, I will see you in the chat.
You need to do more videos. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. All right, guys, I think this is the perfect time for me to segue into another segment because I do want to talk about, what changed for me last episode and got me to start feeling like, wait a minute, Todd, what's really going on here? Because this whole time I'm thinking Todd is perfect for Kandi, but then Kandi blew his whole spot.
For me, things started to get a little sketchy in the last episode during their therapy session when Kandi spilled the tea that left some fans feeling some kind of way.
He wants to control what I do for Caleb.
Yeah, Kandi felt like for her birthday, she wanted to do something really nice for Kayla, and Ty just went and just messed it all up.
Okay. I don't want to teach her that you get for doing nothing, even if it's your birthday.
It's her birthday.
That and I don't feel guilty about it.
Yes, at the end of the day, I agree with Kandi, but it's hard because I feel like just like bad little kids are quick to hit you with that "you're not my daddy" shade. I imagine that in a marriage sometimes people are tempted to hit their spouse with that same "you ain't her mama though." No? Is it just me? I am just saying. And yes, binge watchers were feeling some kind of way, commenting, "I don't understand why he is so hard on his own daughter when he should be proud of her. Nothing is wrong with Kandi wanting to have a birthday party for her stepdaughter." With another fan commenting, "I don't blame Todd for not wanting his older daughter to be spoiled by Kandi because Mama Joyce will brand them all as opportunists." Before my good sis chimed in saying, "I don't like how Todd treats his daughter. He's so hard on her. He doesn't need to be. She's already had it hard when she didn't have him as a dad." Shade. And Scarlett chimed in saying, "He's mad because as hard as he works, people are always going to be looking at Kandi as the breadwinner. Trying to put that on his daughter? Let her live. Looking like he needs a hug in every scene. Kandi, give him a hug already." And y'all really made me think. I love Todd and Kandi together, and I really respect them both. But at the same time, I don't want to be out here running around Atlanta praising Todd for being such a great husband and an exceptional father if you guys are seeing something that I'm just not seeing. Is Todd crying out to Kandi because he loves her and he really wants her around their family? Or is this toxic masculinity? Yes, let's talk more about these huge double standards. For today's video, we are doing things a little bit different. Yes, you made it here for the live discussion, so it's definitely time for you to join the conversation. And you don't gotta download no app or nothing. Just click the StreamYard link that I've placed in the live chat to join the broadcast. You can come on camera if you want to, or you can just be like me, serving podcast vibes here in my pajamas. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Not bad, how are you?
I'm doing well.
How's this quarantine going for you guys?
Quarantine is going well. How do you feel about these double standards?
I think that it's really hard to get parenting right, in my opinion. As a whole, parenting, you're never gonna get it right. Like my mother didn't do it right, my father didn't do it right. But I think that Kandi is doing the best to further the line for black kids and her kids
Mm-hmm.
to make sure she gives them what she didn't have growing up, if you know what I mean.
Right.
And that's not going to come without its shortcomings. She's going to miss out on a few things. We've seen clips of her in the past where she was doing a confessional in the past where she missed a school thing for Ace. And it's just going to get, not worse, but there's going to be times where she's not going to always be there. But the end result may always be better for her future with their kids.
Right. People in the chat are asking where you're from.
I'm from the UK.
All right. Yeah. I definitely understand where you're coming from. A lot of us had parents who didn't get it right. And I appreciate you seeing like Kandi's doing the best she can. Are you feeling any kind of way about Todd, or do you feel like he's within his rights to have these concerns?
I think he definitely has he's allowed to have his opinion, especially because it's his family. But at the same time, he didn't have these concerns earlier when he was out in the strip club and he didn't want to have too much participation with certain things. Do you know what I mean? So it's, I think that I feel like when it comes to this situation, there's probably a lot going on in which he doesn't want to have to overload his schedule to do more while she's doing less.
Right. And on top of that, you remember that he brought up like, hey, he's kind of been pressured this whole time to be good enough. And like, he's out here trying to be good enough. And it seems like he's trying to avoid just being put in like daddy daycare mode. Like he wants to still be able to do his thing as well.
Absolutely. And I think that, it's kind of blocking him. He's doing all of these great things. But I think that with Kandi I think the case of Kandi doing more outside of Atlanta work is making him kind of have to do more of the homework, essentially.
Right.
And but Kandi blew up his spot by also saying that, the household is a village and he's not the only one looking after stuff. So you've got the mama, the aunties, the friends, the cousins who also chip in to, help. And there's been also like, certain alluding to like her financially helping them in the past. So I feel like, I think he gets himself in a bunch when he feels like he doesn't get to do all the stuff that he wants to in terms of freedom.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you adding your part to the conversation.
Listen, I just want to say hello as a UK Rhoa fan and a Bingeworthy fan. Okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Hello.
Hi, Justin. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am doing great. Thank you. What I wanted to say on the topic, generally speaking, there's definitely a double standard. Of course, women, first of all, it's assumed that you should get married and have kids. And then when a woman is very career driven, and perhaps it's a little challenging to find the right guy, people have a lot of judgments. Now, to localize it for Kandi and Todd specifically, Todd does come off like almost like a traditionalist. Like he doesn't seem like the diaper and bottle type of man. So I think that when Kandi was like going to film The Shy, he just really didn't feel like, having this little baby, Ace, to have to take care of. But I will say, I think that Todd may pick and choose when he wants to get on Kandi about being so busy. Because I don't think that he had any objections to her doing the Great Escape tour. I think he just, once it was time for her to film The Shy, he's just like, well, now I have to be here with this, little toddler. And now we're about to have a little baby. I think he was just mentally thinking about all of the baby duties, and he wanted to make sure that he could kind of keep a grip on her.
Right.
Now, like with the toxic masculinity, I think that's a very good subtopic that you brought up, because I think there's a lot of pressure on men they probably, it seems like to me some men feel like they have to prove that, they're extremely sexually active and they can get all these different women. And it's hard for some men to be vulnerable, or they learn that much later. And a lot of men, especially in our community, may be growing up in one parent households, so that creates a whole nother beast in terms of his self-confidence, his mentality, and that just all kind of plays over into romantic relationships. But I love these topics that you brought up tonight, Justin. It's so intelligent. So I'm really glad that you had this live today.
All right, thank you. I really wanted to do it because, like I said in my video, like 2 videos ago, I initially covered this, just solely based off entertainment value, but I always
Hmm.
like deeper discussions. And I'm so surprised that this went over my
Yeah.
head. But when I read the comments, I can't tell you how many people, probably half those comments were like so upset and so concerned about this double standard. And I was just like, hey, this creates an opportunity to have like a deeper discussion, and it doesn't have to be about
Yeah.
the entertainment. Like, what can we learn from this?
Exactly, exactly. You hit it on the nail. And you know what? Those comments, even if they kind of were directing them towards you, it's like misguided, because we
Mhm.
both know that you weren't saying Candy was wrong for being away at work. You were just simply summarizing the episode. You were just doing your job as speaking on the entertainment, but it did create that opportunity. So I think this is dope that you acted on it and you had this live so that we could all discuss it.
Right. Because I joke around about like, oh, y'all came for me. But more than anything, I want this channel to be meaningful. And I feel like there aren't people out here, really caring about our experience. So if I get a chance
Yeah.
to, really be a part of conversations like this, I'm going to take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't get me wrong, I love reality TV. I like to be entertained, especially after working all day. But at the same time, especially because of the images on the show, it's Black women calling each other the B word, and oh,
Mhm.
you used to be a stripper, and you have fake boobs and a fake booty. It's also important to show that us same viewers, we do have intelligent opinions. So, like, this live tonight shows that we're the same viewers that watch that television, and it's not always positive, but at the same time, we do all have brains and we're not stupid.
Right. Well, before I let you go, I have to ask you, I asked someone else earlier, as a content creator and as a Black man who should be an ally for my Black queens, what do you
Mhm.
expect from me?
I love how you summarize each episode. I love your sense of humor. I also love it that you are, team twirl. Now, I'm actually I am from Detroit. I went to the same high school as Kenya Moore. We're 9 years apart, but I remember her when I was a kid in middle school, and she earned the Miss USA title. So that was huge. So, but I have to feel like sometimes Kenya, I feel like she's too toxic. I felt like over the years when she would come at Portia, I'm like, oh my gosh, she will not let up. So I'm always so intrigued when someone is Team Twirl. I'll read the comments. I'm like, I just so want to coming from. So I love that because I think that makes you very unique. Like Michelle Brown, straight from the A, she's like pro Nene, and that's fine too. But
Mhm.
I'm really intrigued with how you really promote Kenya, and I'm pretty sure Kenya appreciates you.
Yeah, so many people, gang up, and I always kind of feel like let me give people a chance, and I just feel like Kenya is just really misunderstood, and she's doing her job really
Yeah.
well without people
Yes, she
realizing
is.
that they love her for what she's doing, which is her job. But
Hmm.
unfortunately, in order for her to do a good job, people have to hate her. Sadly.
You're right, Justin. She's very brave at playing the villain, and she just kind of took that position. Like it's like Kenya was not even interviewing for it. She didn't ask if she could have it. She
Right.
just kind of came on the show and took it. So that takes a lot of bravery. I don't think that she expected Walter Jackson to do the radio interviews and say, "Oh, she asked me to play her boyfriend." She
Oh,
was not expecting Portia to grab the scepter and drag her off the couch. She was not expecting Phaedra to read her at the one reunion where she said the father of your child will have, jacked off in a cup to get $10 for a medium pizza. Those things Kenya was not expecting. But I will say she, bravely decided she would be the villain to keep her spot on the show.
right. Well, let me go ahead and stop talking about Kenya before we get the lynch over
Of
here.
course.
But I appreciate you calling.
Oh, thanks for talking with me. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye. Hello.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
finding you. How you doing, Justin? I love your channel.
Thank you so much. I'm doing well. I'm excited to be able to have this discussion. And it's been a lot more peaceful than I imagined.
Well, I want to go off about the double standard because I feel like in the Black community, we don't get on Black men as much when they go off and do what they do and leave the moms as single mothers to take on everything. And I feel like it's something that people are used to. So it's like the standard, but it's not natural.
Right. Do you feel like there is are you surprised that this is coming from Todd since he's been like such a great husband in the past?
Not really, because I always have my side eye at Todd
Oh,
for
wait a minute.
what?
Why you have your side eye on him? Because of Mama Joyce?
Initially, but then I started to notice like little things, like he tried to make it seem like he's more than what he is to Kandi. Like you need to sit down and be grateful that you're here and enjoy the show.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, I feel like he's ungrateful.
How do you feel about how things are going with Kayla? Because up until that point, like I said in my first video, like, oh, Todd is an exceptional father. And people drug me in the comments. And I was just like, well, is he not? And then now it's just like, oh, maybe he ain't.
He treats her like the dark-skinned stepchild or something. Like she gets the dark-skinned child's treatment, which I think is messed up.
What do you mean by that?
But like she's not getting praised like Kandi's daughter. She doesn't get none of that stuff. And he does that for Kandi's daughter, who's not biologically his, but he can't do it for his own daughter.
Yeah, I feel like I know we don't, first of all, we don't know everything that happened. So let's give them benefit of the doubt.
No.
Do you feel like in real life, like he's not being, really good to her? Or do you feel like they just happen to get those kind of shady edits?
I really feel like he don't mess with her like that.
Damn.
Like it comes off. Like you can see it all. It comes off on camera naturally. He don't mess with that little girl like that.
Yeah. Well, I can't really speak on it for sure because I haven't really dug into that. Like I always knew, like, obviously there's a story there. But I don't know enough about the story to say that, they have a tumultuous relationship, but I can see that their relationship could definitely be better. Somebody say, is this Kayla?
No, this is not Kayla. Well, let me hop off here. It was nice talking to you.
All right. The pleasure is mine. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. How are you?
Okay, I am fine. I'm out of Vegas, Las Vegas, Nevada, going crazy. And I
You're in
kind of
Vegas right now during quarantine?
Oh my God, the whole strip, the whole world shut down.
You can't even go to the slot machines.
Oh, they man, and they in the grocery store everywhere. They all out of service. So it's horrible right now. But I kind of wanted to piggyback off of the last girl that was commenting. From what I view on the show, Kandi and Todd's situation, I 100% feel like he's an opportunist. I agree with Mama Joyce in that aspect. He started a lot of businesses off of Kandi's back. And Kandi's excuse is, I seen he was a thousandaire, I was a millionaire, and we made millions together. He made millions off of you, you know? And
wait. Kandi said herself that she doesn't feel like he's using her. She feels like it's there as a married couple, they're supposed to get to this bag together. You don't feel that?
Okay. I feel like that is true to a certain point. And if she didn't feel that way, she wouldn't have been so pressed the day of her wedding for a prenup. If you feel like this is love.
Wait a minute. Now you can't say that people who get prenups don't believe in love.
I mean, yes, to a certain extent, but even how he was just devastated about the prenup, he was like, I don't get nothing. I don't get nothing. That's why he didn't even want to sign it, because he was like, wait, I don't get nothing. You can just put me out in 30 days. It's like, why would you want to stay if we're not together? Why would you want to stay in my house? You know, she made it clear that these things were hers in that prenup. You know, and just to fast forward, like it was an opportunity there, and he took it. And he knew what type of woman he was dealing with, being behind the scenes, seeing her work ethic, seeing how hard she worked. So why try to slow her down? That should be something that she should naturally want to do as a wife. Okay, y'all making money together and everything, and let him lead a little bit. I mean, she has enough money. How much money does she want? Like, I don't care for Kenya, but Kenya did make a statement like, how much money do you want? You do have somebody here.
Right.
You know, so I feel that way. And when it comes to Kayla, I feel like Kandi, she's very loving, and, you know, she expressed through all the seasons about Riley's father and stuff. And so she overcompensated. She tried to be mom and dad for Riley. So, you know, I'm a single parent, so I spoiled my child, you know, so I get it, you know, and if I had that type of money, I would spoil my child. But you got this big ass house, you on TV, you're taking Kayla's room for your baby's room. Like y'all don't make her feel, to me, that she has a home like there. Like, why would you take her room out of all the rooms? And then you see in that room, you'll be like, what the fuck? This is a mansion that you live in. Why is this room looking like this? Like, what did she get? Like Mama Joyce's old furniture?
I have to put you on pause. I appreciate your passion, but let's stay away from the swearing words.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all listening. But no, when I seen that room, I was like, okay, if you letting your stepdaughter come and you letting your daughter come, like, fix up her room like y'all fixed up Riley's room. Fix up her room like Ace's room is fixed up. Why do she got all these antique dressers and scraps in her room? What is the harm of her getting a car? Okay, I mean, as a parent, you want your kids to work. You want your kids to do great things. But just like Kandi is investing into businesses and Todd is making money off of her family, old lady gang, stuff like that, invest in this little girl. See what she wants to do. Invest in her. You know, Riley, she's being invested in. She's on different, you know, internships. Invest in your kid, you know, promote the best. Like, he is not a loving person in that department, and he's only having more kids and all of that because that's something that Kandi wants to do. That's not what he wants to do.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling in. I definitely appreciate your perspective.
No, I'm sorry. Thank you. Bye.
No problem. Bye. Yeah, you guys, I understand that all of us are not always going to be kind of on the same page. And I didn't want this video or this live to be like, oh, everybody has to, you know, be on the same page or, like, you know, go light or easy. But I do have to say, like, I just challenge you guys to look at everything, you know, and I know that we've watched a lot kind of happen on the show and things have played out. But what we're talking about tonight is right now, Kandi just had a baby. She had it via surrogacy. She didn't have it via surrogacy for convenience. She had it because having Ace was a really high risk pregnancy for her, and she didn't want to leave her, other two embryos, just sitting in the freezer. And unfortunately, one of those embryos didn't make it, so that's how she only ended up with just one new baby. But I want you guys to let's talk about what's current. My thing is, when Kandi said that she feels like Todd is her equal, they're a married couple, and like what they do for each other, it's for each other. So I can't really entertain the conversation about Todd really using Kandi or her family, because legally and even spiritually, once they got married, they're one, and he has every right to access any of Kandi's previous things or whatever. So I can't say that hey, he's using her. I just that's not what this video is about. I really want to talk about this double standard. Right now, I don't think anyone's bad. I think that they're just at a place where now Todd is just feeling a little bit uncomfortable with Kandi taking such a lead and being such a boss and like being unavailable. And let's kind of focus back on that. Hello?
What's up, Justin?
Hi, how are you?
Justin, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
First of all, let me just say, I just love what you just said, and I'm going to try to stick to that. Your caller, I think her name was Virgin Vegan. She was so articulate and so eloquent. She really set the bar. So I'm going to try to keep it classy. Let me just say this. I am a huge Kandi fan. I have always been. I'm a huge Kenya fan. I won't go down that tangent. That's my girl. Let me say this. I always feel funny when I hear people go in on Kandi about she's being greedy and she's not being the right kind of mother. And this might be a tangent too, but I'm just going to go there. I think with Kandi, she is trying to set up generational wealth. And I know nobody wants to hear about generational wealth. And
yes, we do.
Oh, well, thank you. But then I'll be okay. Because, Justin, I get so upset when people want to throw out, she's rich. She's rich. People do not understand, Justin. Rich is seasonal. Rich is ephemeral. It does not last if you don't keep sowing the seeds. Wealth is the type of money that regenerates itself. And that's what Kandi wants. And I get so frustrated when everybody wants to throw out that she lives in a mansion. She wants more than that. She actually, I don't know if any of these people watches her talk on it or speak on it, whatever she calls it. But she speaks about what she hopes for her life, for her family, what she wants to leave behind, and why people don't get that. Because Kandi is not the stay-at-home mom, that cookie cutter thing. And let me just say this, and I'm trying not to be on a tangent, and you let me know when you have to cut me off. But many people of color are killing me, acting like Black women have not been supporting families and out there working and in the work environment for decades. For decades. Many Black women couldn't just sit back and rely upon a man to go out there and make the cheddar, while they could stay home like some sort of Leave It to Beaver sitcom and make cookies. Many Black women have had to sustain families and make them work. And just because Kandi has a few more coins than the average Black woman doesn't mean that her ambitions suddenly dissipate.
Right.
So that's where I am with this double standard. And I really don't have anything to bash Todd about, but I will say this, Justin, and I understand you putting people on pause. Much of the perspective that people have on Todd came from Mama Joyce. I said that on another site, but I'm sorry. A lot of this perspective about who Todd is, right or wrong, these seeds were planted by Mama Joyce.
Yeah, and I agree with that, and I brought that up in my first version of the video. And then the thing is about these shows is people miss the episode where, things change, or people hang on to like the season that they watch. So then they're coming back now and they're just like, oh, everything's so tumultuous. But Mama Joyce and Todd are in a better place now. And Kandi,
agree. I agree.
Yeah, and Kandi feels like, hey, look, y'all, I know y'all feel this way, but I've always felt like my man is good enough. I've always appreciated how much he brings to our relationship. And it's not our place to take that away from her just
I
because
agree.
of a TV show.
I agree. And I'll say this, Justin, like I said, I don't know if I'm talking too much, but it kills me when folks talk about, oh, well, Todd is riding Candy's coattails. He's using her for a come up. Justin, it makes me want to point out all the sisters who are paying for a man's bills, his cell phone, his car, letting them lay up in his house. And that person isn't even doing half the thing that Todd is doing. That person hasn't even married them. And yet they're letting them use them as a financial resource, but they're so hard on Kandi, and she has married this man. They have yoked their futures, their destinies together, and people still come at that. He's using her for a come up, and she can't even see it.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Everybody's perspective and everybody's experience is, a little bit different. And, for the people who can't understand the type of relationship Kandi and Todd have right now, I feel like it's my duty to kind of open their mind to it. So I appreciate you calling and talking about generational wealth and really being understanding of Kandi and her situation.
Thank you, Justin. I can't believe I got on.
All right. I'll see you in the chat.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. So, there are some things I don't understand. Like, can we talk about the housewives, bash them or anything or no?
We're gonna stay away from it. What we're talking about right now is Kandi and Todd's recent marriage struggles and whether or not you feel like there is a double standard when women are trying to be out here, bossing up and chasing their dreams, and kind of what you guys expect from Black men or men in general.
No, I do feel like there's a double standard, like for real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Belgium. Hi. Anybody from Belgium? Hi. So I do feel like it's true. Like when men work, it's like, okay, be happy your man just has a job.
Mm-hmm.
And when a woman like put effort in it and work as hard as men, it's not like acknowledged.
Right.
Like
Well, first,
I feel Kandi. I really feel her because there's a lot of women like her, like that work not only for their children but also for like other family members, everything, and it's not acknowledged.
right.
But when a man does it, everybody's praising them. I don't get it. There is a double standard.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you joining the conversation.
No, I'm serious. What do you think?
I agree. I am definitely open to hearing what everyone has to say about this double standard. I know for me, I want what Black women want. So I can't say that Black women should all want men who are providers because some women don't want that. And I also
True.
can't shame Black women like Kandi who are out here doing the thing, and they may not necessarily be a traditional wife.
Exactly.
Because I respect you guys enough for you guys to do what's best for you. And I pray that you guys have partners who will support you in it.
Exactly. I think like as Black women, we need to find like a partner that's on the same level, that want to provide as much as we want to provide.
Right.
Okay. So at some point, hopefully, we'll find a way to have children that have the same vision as us.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much for
That's
calling
everything.
from Belgium. I appreciate it. Hope to see you in the chat.
Okay. Bye. How late?
All right. I'm going to take a couple more callers. Y'all are so y'all are so petty in the chat. Hello.
Hi, Justin.
Hi. How
I'm
are
so
you?
happy. I'm great.
I saw you
So
wanted
I
some
wanted
smoke in the
to
chat.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I saw you wanted smoke in the chat. What did I do?
Yeah, well, not a lot of smoke, but a little bit. I was getting frustrated with not you, but the callers. So what I wanted to really say was that it's a reality TV show, and I think people miss that part of it. You know, they have to have drama for the show to even get the ratings. We don't know if that's the true story, right? And as far as Ty and how he's raising his daughter, I think it's nothing wrong with him wanting to teach her and show her the regular way that people live. Everybody don't have Kandi Burruss money. And I completely love Kandi. I'm a Kandi fan, but I understand that she's trying to overcompensate with money with the kids because she is absent. I'm in Chicago where she was filming a show. So it's a lot going on. I think Ty has a valid point to say that she needs to be home. I don't think that makes him an opportunist. I definitely do not think that he was riding her coattail and getting businesses because of her. She is someone who wants to, like the young man said before, establish generational wealth. And it's absolutely nothing wrong with him establishing those businesses with her. If he was sitting there doing nothing, then we would have something to say. But since he's there and he's trying to build, we want to say, oh, he's using her. Absolutely not. And to the comment about the prenup, if they didn't have a drama about the prenup, they wouldn't have had a show. They had a whole wedding show to deal with that and a couple of episodes to deal with that. Kandi is very smart and crafty. They making money. So they're gonna keep drama because without drama, we don't want to watch it. So I just wish that we would judge the brand or the person or get too deep and caught up in their lives when it's just a show. It's a show, you know. So I really wanted to get that out. I was getting bothered with what the people saying, but I was happy that you came back and cleaned it up with your statements. But I was really frustrated with the callers before. So no, it's not smoke that I want. I just wanted people to really recognize that it is a reality TV show, and it has to be some type of drama, some type of issue for the show to go on.
All right, that's true. I definitely appreciate it, and I'm glad that you got a chance to call in and get us back on track with that. So basically, do you feel like there is the double standard, or do you feel like that kind of isn't applying?
I agree with you with the Mama Joy starting a lot of stuff. In terms of the double standard, I don't. Well, of course, it's a double standard. I just hate that people play Todd down to say that as if he has no money because 1,000 there is more than what many of us have.
Period.
You know, so it's like he had money, he's a provider, he got her what she wanted. It's hard to match her level. So would Kandi just be single for the rest of her life because she can't find somebody who match her money, an African American man? So it's just an unfortunate situation that she is very high up when economically. And I think Todd is doing just fine. That's the point she made earlier on at the beginning of the Housewives. She said he had his own money, he had his own car, he had his own house. That's more than what some wealthy black men don't have, you know? So I think it is a double standard, but because we make it one, it's unfortunate. We continue to beat our black men down when they're trying to do the right thing. Todd is there being a family man. We haven't heard any scandal about him cheating or anything. He's trying to raise a child who he met when she was an adult. So we have all these judgments about him. Kayla came into his life. He didn't know anything about her according to the show until she was an adult. So they're building a relationship, getting to know each other, and he's trying to parent her appropriately and not just give her money. He's trying to teach her a lesson in how to live life. Because if something happened with him and Kandi tomorrow, the billions of dollars is gone. So then he still have to live off of his income. So it's unfortunate that we make it an issue and don't allow them just to thrive in their marriage and build together.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for calling. I really appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Stress. Hello?
Hi, Justin.
Hi, how are you? You've been holding for a long time, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
That's good. I'm good. Well, I'm a new binge watcher, so
Shout out to new
uh,
binge watchers.
yeah, I just got got hip to your channel a few months back, and I do enjoy your content. I do like your voice, by the way, too.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, but on you were asking a question about the double standard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there is absolutely a double standard when it comes to women. And someone in the chat was saying like it wasn't about Black women or it wasn't a Black issue. And like shout out to all our non-colored folks in the chat and everything. But I do think that it is largely a Black issue too. In
Mm-hmm.
addition to her being a woman, it is hard to beat out what Kandi has accomplished, just to speak on what Tamika was saying. But I think that a real part of that is why. I don't think that Todd was in it for the money. I honestly don't. I agree with Tamika on that too. He did have his own things, which not probably, but Kandi spoke on it too. So that made him more appealing to her, as a really successful woman in her field. So I don't think it was all about that or anything, but he is obviously having, a harder time catching up after all of this time. It's been other children added to the mix. As a man, naturally, I'm sure he wants to be able to provide for all of these people, so it's just like, I guess my thing is, yes, there is a double standard, duh. In other communities, men and women don't have these types of battles so strongly because the men out earn the women anyway.
Right.
They out earn them anyway. So yeah, the woman can be rich and powerful and all this and that, but she is in the same predicament as a Kandi when she is with a man who does not out earn her. There are plenty of other successful women celebrities who date or marry down, for lack of a better expression, and the situation can be different, than those who date or marry up as a woman. So I guess again, and I'll stop. But I guess again, my whole thing is like, yes, there is a double standard. Personally, I'm not sure if I necessarily disagree, because I think that it comes with like the natural thing for a man to like protect and provide, and Kandi has taken on a lot of that just in her love of entertainment and her love of art and, expressing herself. And that's cool. That's perfectly fine. But I think as a Black woman, to answer another one of your questions, as a Black woman, as for Black men, I would just like say, step up. It shouldn't be a debate whether there are more than enough suitors for a woman like Kandi or a woman with her economical stature to have to pick from or to even be interested in her. Because a lot of those men who are on her level or higher aren't even interested in a woman who looks like Kandi. And that's a whole nother topic.
It is, ain't it? Well,
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate you calling in and being so knowledgeable about this conversation.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you. And I love your channel. I'm like definitely tuned in. So
I appreciate it.
yeah, keep it up. Definitely.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you. Good night.
Good night. All right, guys, we have a couple of more calls. How are you guys feeling? Are y'all still with me? Are y'all enjoying this conversation? I want to see some more likes on this video, and I want to see purple hearts in the chat. Wait a minute, we only got 200 mingy little likes? Likes don't cost nothing. YouTube gonna think that nobody wanted to see this video, and they not gonna let me do this again. I'm gonna need some more likes. Somebody said bloop. Let me show some comment love for a little bit, because I know I've been neglecting y'all, just taking calls. Let me see. Helen said, I love Todd and Kandi. And Honey Bee says she had to start somewhere, and from the bottom is humbling. Yeah, so I guess you guys are responding to that comment from Virgin Vegan about Kayla getting the job because of Kandi. So yeah, all right, I'm loving these purple hearts. So y'all still with me? I'll go ahead and take some more calls because we going a little overtime. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. Good. I think everyone said what needed to be said about the double standard with women and men. There is a double standard. There's no way around that. Like another caller said earlier, I don't think there's any way to get around that. Just because I think us as a people struggle with naturally how things are supposed to go and how things have evolved. So I won't beat that beat that dead horse with a stick. But what I will say is that the toxic parenting, which I believe Todd is doing with his daughter, because yeah, it is. He grew up a different way, so I see that he wants to raise her in the way that he was raised, and even expound on that and be better in that. But I think when it comes to toxic parenting, a lot of parents can be hard on their children and always chastise them for what they're not doing or what they're doing wrong, and kind of forget to praise them for what they're actually doing right. I mean, his daughter made it to where she is with no babies, no scandals, no drug problems. She's creating her own fashion line and going for her dreams. So essentially, she's doing exactly what he wants her to do. But he doesn't he has this idea of what he wants her to be instead of actually allowing her to be who she actually is. And it's not okay that he was like, I don't want you to get her anything for her birthday. It's not like Kandi is trying to make her like Riley and just spoil her and get her anything she wants. It's her birthday. And
Right.
she wants to get her a present for her birthday. I didn't think that was okay for him to be like, nah, and I don't feel no type of way about it, and da 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 da. It makes him look a little jealous.
Yeah, that was
It
the
does.
first time that I was just like, wait a minute, like maybe he
Yeah.
is so innocent.
Yeah, like it makes him look jealous. It does make him look greedy. It makes him look no different than Mama Joyce, to be quite honest with you, because it's like you're benefiting from Candy's money all the time, whether you want to or not, because you're her husband. So if that's your child and she's living in the house with y'all, or she's frequently over there all the time, and she sees Kandi, giving love and appreciation through her love language, which is gifts, to her children, that can set up a unwarranted jealousy between her and his daughter and her children. So I think that should be looked into
Right.
between the both of them. And I think it puts Kandi in a really rough place when she's trying to be open with her and usher her into the family. And it's just a hard place to be in. I can't even imagine how Kandi feels about that.
Right. Well, thank you so much for calling. I really appreciate you joining the conversation, and I hope that I will see you in the chat.
Cool, thanks.
All right, bye-bye. All right, guys, I'm almost about to wrap it up. I'm going to paste the link for you guys to call in if you've been thinking about calling in or whatever. And we're going to go ahead and start to wrap it up. But before I do, I know that some of you guys want to be able to use custom emojis. Some of you guys want to go ahead and get those custom member badges. So I'm going to go ahead and share this video with you guys really quick. It's only like a little bit over a minute, and it'll explain how you can make everything official and become a Bingeworthy member today and support the great things that I've planned on the channel. Hi, Hi, it's Justin Diego, and I am so excited that you decided to slam that join button to find out more about becoming a member. Now, memberships is a new YouTube feature that allows subscribers to support their favorite creators, all while getting a lot more access to them. As a member, you pay a small monthly subscription fee for access to some really cool perks that I've categorized into 4 different tiers. For example, with the $2 tier, which is the lowest tier, you get access to member-only badges, member-only emojis, and discounts on all my merch. And as we go up, you get access to even bigger discounts, early access to my video intros hours before the full video goes public, and you could even get a personal shout out from me in one of my videos. I want to shout out one of my favorite members right now. Follow him on Instagram @Gooseby. He always has the most to say, but too bad he's not in Kenya. Finally, with the highest tier, I actually send you exclusive merchandise that nobody else has to your doorstep every other month, along with some more pretty cool stuff. Now, I already see you over there giving me the side eye, worrying if things are changing here for the worse. Relax. I can assure you that member or no member, there are always going to be more exciting new videos from Bingeworthy headed your way, and that is definitely not going to be changing anytime soon.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Thank you so much for being a loyal subscriber, and hopefully now you're a member. And if you have any questions, definitely feel free to hit me up on Instagram and I will answer all your questions. Thanks again for clicking that join button. I'll see you members on the next one. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hey, how are you? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hey, how are you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hi, Justin. This is Tanya.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. So I just wanted to say that I think that Todd, that's crap that Kandi can't buy her stepdaughter for years now a birthday gift. And why should she even ask him if she can buy a birthday gift? I totally get that Todd wants her to earn her keep, know that nothing's given and you got to work hard to get it. That's totally what a parent should do, whether you have money or no money. But a birthday gift seems pretty harsh. Makes Todd looks like a butthole, pretty much.
Right. I was a little let down with that. And I hope that, well, a lot of people are saying like, oh, I need to watch Kandi's YouTube channel. And I need to get around to watching, I guess, her latest videos. But hopefully he'll address that because it did look really, really bad.
Yeah. I watch Speak on it all the time. And to me, it looks like it's real that they're having these problems, but also that it's a good way to start the next season that they may be having some problems. So it's a little bit of both. I believe Kandi is more real on the show than a lot of her castmates, but it does seem like now they have a storyline for next season as well.
And
but
stay
I can
woke.
totally
They do have a spinoff coming up. So stay woke, y'all.
Oh, okay. But I can totally tell that Todd is getting a little frustrated with Kandi. But in my personal opinion, as a mother, I feel like Kandi should have at least taken off the maternity leave for the new baby to bond. It's great that you have a village, but don't you want your baby to know you as the mama instead of the village, so to speak?
Right.
Like,
and I get it. She's excited. Being on The Shy is a really big role. She wants to get into acting. It just seems like the timing was strange, right?
I just feel bad for Kandi. She's not my favorite on the show. She irks my nerves a little bit. But, I do feel like the opportunity was there. So I'm sure it was a very difficult decision, for her to make. We got to give her a little bit of room. I mean, the opportunity was there. But I did hear her friend Kenya give her some shade about that. How much money do you want to make, Kandi? Stay home. I heard that.
Right. Well, thank you so much for joining the conversation today.
Thank you, Justin. Have a good evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing, Justin Diego?
I'm well. How are you, ride or die chick?
I am great. Thanks for having me. I just want to chat in real quick. I do feel that Kandi and Todd's situation is different from anyone else's situation on the show, but I also feel that they should have done a better job of co-parenting their kids before they even brought another child, Ace, into the picture. They should have brought Riley and Kayla much closer. And I also feel that that's like one of my things. I feel they should have did a better job of co-parenting those two girls and bringing them in closer together so they can really truly have a family bond. So therefore, he wouldn't have anything to. I'm sorry. He wouldn't have anything to say to her in reference to giving Kayla a gift. She wouldn't have had to ask, or can I give Kayla any money, if they would have did a better job of bringing their kids in together.
Right. And I know that it's probably complicated because Kayla, was older when she came into the picture. Then Riley was hitting that age where she was just probably like, you ain't my daddy. So, it's hard. I know it's not easy. But I think that they're doing better than we originally thought, right?
That is true, because I didn't think they were going to make it. I was like, Mama Joyce, he's just there for the money. But it kind of still seems like the caller before said he is kind of being greedy, and he is still, he's in a sense still mooching. But I've also have heard before that Kandi has always bought her men. So not true how that is on what you're saying, but it has been told that Kandi is like, she's a sugar mama.
Okay. Well, I can't speak to that, but I do appreciate you calling in and adding to the conversation. Thank you.
Okay, I want to say one more thing before you let me go. I also feel that Kandi, last week's episode, well, not last week, the week before, her dropping down on her knees and like crawling over to Todd, sweetheart, you are a woman. You should never be on your knees for no man. Point, period, blank, the end. Like, that to me was just shocking to see her doing that. And I'm like, girl, you're on national TV doing this. You're crawling over to him on your knees. What's wrong with you?
Oh, was that a thing?
Did you not see that 2 weeks
ago?
No,
I saw that, but I didn't think I saw it as her like, oh, I see you're upset. I feel bad and I kind of want to be vulnerable with you. But are you saying that shouldn't happen that way?
No, that shouldn't happen. No woman should get on their knees for no man.
Okay, well, I can't speak to that as a man, but
I know you can't, but no,
that's interesting.
No woman should be getting on their knees for no man, especially when she is the breadwinner of that household. She wears all the pants.
Right. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that, and I hope to see you in the chat.
You will. Thank you, Justin. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye. Y'all wear me out. She said Kandi better not be getting on her knees for no man, and I don't know what to say. Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hey.
Hey, Bingeworthy.
Yes, I can hear you.
I just wanted to say this. I think there is a double standard. I'll agree with that. But one point I haven't heard anyone make, and I love Kandi, but I feel like it just came out 2 episodes ago. Out of all the housewives, Kandi seems to be the one that's in the best position to be making money at home. So I think, honestly, Kandi has some personal ambitions of, like, in front of the camera successes that she still wants to achieve, even though she's so decorated. And I think she's not really talking about that yet. And I think Todd was kind of hinting at that, but he didn't really want to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Because when she said she had to go to the shy and she's trying to make money, and I think all the the comments on like generational wealth, I mean that makes complete sense, but there's no generational wealth in an episode of The Shy. No disrespect, but you know what I'm saying. Like that is a passion project. You're just
Mm-hmm.
trying to build a portfolio, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, I think that's really he didn't want to say that, but maybe that's where his conversation was really coming from. Where it's like, we've done all of this. It's like, what are we gonna do a family now? Or are you still just trying to, be flew out and stuff? Cause
Right. So are you, wait a minute, like I want to make sure we're on the same page. So are you saying that you think that Todd is just not impressed with the shy?
No, it's not just about the shy. Wait, slow down. No. It's not just about the shy, but it's just like you can't make the excuse that I'm getting to the bag. I'm not convinced that that's a big enough bag that you're getting to just because it's a bag. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's something you're still building your brand, you're still expanding your portfolio. Kandi has enough money to sit at home and make money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like out of all the housewives, she is the one that can actually do that. So I think that she's still booked and she's still busy and she's just not being maybe as forthcoming about that is because, she still wants, and I'm trying to say this delicately, but like they say there's workhorses and there's show ponies. Kandi has always proved to be a decorated workhorse. I say that in the highest regard. Nobody's gonna outwork her with her productions and everything that she puts on, but she's still, it seems like, looking for that validation as like talent and in front of the camera work, which is like having her do all these crazy appearances and stuff. And I mean, if I was Todd, I feel the same way too. Like, come on, like what we doing? We got two houses.
Right. Well, yeah, I definitely understand. So what do you feel like we should do as Black men? What should we do to make sure that we're not contributing to this double standard?
Well, I mean, I don't really like to speak on things that I don't feel like I have enough to speak on it about it. I can't speak to that.
Well, do you feel like there is a double standard, or do you just feel like it's not applying in this situation?
I mean, there is a double standard, but there always has been. I'm not going to sit here and try to act like I can fix that. But in their relationship, I think they both kind of contribute to that double standard. However, because yeah, Todd, he did come in maybe with not so much. It's complicated on both sides in their specific case. Like he quit his job and then he started working, but he also did make the great point. I think he said that pitching those shows and shopping those shows around, yeah, that can make money in the long run, but those are like his passion projects. That's what he really wanted to do. He stopped that to get a trucking company, to make the numbers make sense. So he's kind of sacrificed some things, and now I guess he's looking for the reciprocation.
Right.
And in that sense, I don't think there's, is there a double standard? Generally, yes. In their case, I think they're just like looking for some. Let's make it make sense.
Right. All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in, and I will see you in the chat.
All right. Thank you. See
you. Hello.
Yes.
Hi. How are you?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. I'm Zavala. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. And what I wanted to address was what the young lady said before that about Kandi and Todd, and she shouldn't get on her knees and crawl. The thing about that is, baby, if she don't get on her knees and crawl for her man, somebody else will be getting on their knees crawling for her man. She can do anything in whatever she want to do for her man because they are a couple, and nothing at all is off limits when it comes to somebody's married. Because when you married, you are one. And the bedroom is not off limits. You go for what you know. If she knows anything about marriage, that's what it is. To keep your life spicy, to keep your marriage spicy, you have to do things to keep it intriguing and interesting to where
two people draw that same sparks, because after you've been married for so long, some people get complacent, and you can't get complacent in a marriage. You can't. So you have to continually do things in a marriage. Now, as far as this thing about Todd,
Wait,
I
before you
think
move on a
Todd.
second, before you move on, I that's why like when she said that I wasn't sure how to respond because I know like as a person who appreciates affection in a relationship, I saw that as Candy just being affectionate and acknowledging his feelings and
Exactly.
comforting him. But I at the same time, I don't want to as a man to be like, oh, like a woman should do that, or I because I don't understand that. So I'm glad that you
Well,
called and you offered that different perspective.
Well, she should do that. If that's what she feel like doing, do what she want to do. If my man want a blonde, I put a blonde wig. If my man want a brunette, I put on a brunette wig. If he wants stilettos, he gonna get stilettos.
Yeah, because I actually thought it was nice that she did that because
Exactly.
before that in the conversation, it seemed like she had her guard up. But I think in that moment, she was like, you know what? My man is in trouble. He's in pain. He's crying out. Let me let him know that I appreciate this and I want to be there for him. So,
Exactly. That's my thing about their whole relationship. Her wealth was more than his at the beginning of the relationship. Sometimes one person's wealth may be more than another person's wealth. He's still a man. And what to me, in fact, she tries to let him be who he is, the man of a relationship. Even though she makes more money than he does, that does not mean Todd is less than a man.
that is so
Period.
true. You are really
Th-
speaking because,
I can only speak from my point of view. I'm a truck driver.
mhm.
And I work in a male dominated field. When me and my husband were married, I made more than my husband. But now we're on an equal playing field. But it took a lot of hard work and struggle for us to get on an even playing field. She supports him in whatever his endeavors are. He supports her. And when he feels like it's going to the left, it's her job as a wife to let him know, hey, baby, it's going to be all right. Hey, baby, we on the right track. Hey, baby, I'm going to step back. If he says, hey, I don't think she needs this, it may not be the same thing that she would do, but hey, she letting him be the man in the relationship, and she letting him do his part without overbearing him, making it seems like she's overbearing because she makes more money than him. A relationship doesn't supposed to be built off of money. It's supposed to be built off love and respect.
And
And
right,
that's
and
what
just
a
because she
relationship
has
is.
money, it's not like she can't pretend like she doesn't, number one. And then two, she can't say, oh, I love this person. He ain't got no money. Screw him. Because I feel like that's where a lot of people mess up. But that's where it gets tricky because I also don't want to say the wrong thing and I don't want to offend, my black women. So I don't know. It's hard to have this
Well,
conversation.
Well, look, let me say, I'm going to say this and then I'm done. I think she's doing a great job. I think she's doing a great job with her children. Only part I disagree with her mother putting too much into the relationship, but it seems like everything is kind of like working itself out. And then these people that's listening and watching this show got to remember this is a show. You only see sips or clips of one story. It may have been a 2 hour conversation, but you might not see but 2 minutes of that conversation. None of us know how the conversation started, and none of us know how the conversation ended. So they've got to understand that they're gonna only show the highlights of what was said in that. They record 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we only get what 45 minutes of a show.
Right. The
So
people in
you
the
got to
comments are
understand
love.
it.
The people in the comments are loving you.
Well, I'm from Alabama, and this thing about her, I think she's doing a great job. She learning how to put her efforts forward and be demanding. And hey, she is a go getter. Don't I don't think she need to dumb herself down. Don't dumb yourself down just to make somebody else look good.
because don't crush your own dreams. As long as she's got dreams, as long as she's got ambition, she should go for it. I don't care what. But in the same minute, she's still giving her man respect and love in the same process. His might not be as strong as hers, but baby, don't stop doing what you're doing and still support your man.
Right. So let me ask you this before I let you go. Do you feel like Todd is doing anything wrong? Or do you feel like you're glad that he spoke up and Kandi, should rise to the occasion and kind of like fix it?
Right. She should rise to the occasion. If he has a problem, that's the time they're supposed to come together and work it out. It's called communication. Without communication and love and respect, you don't have a relationship. And by her listening to what it is, don't just say, "Oh, I make more money than you, so I don't care about what it is that you say." No, you making him feel less than a man because his opinion, whether he got $1, $1,000, or $1,000,000, should count. And anybody that married for money, they're doomed to not succeed in life. You have to get married because you love that person. That person is your friend. You care about them. You respect them, because it's not when you got $1,000,000 that count. What counts is when you're down to zero and ain't got nothing but each other.
I know that's right. Well, thank you so much for calling. You are welcome to call into my live show anytime you want.
Okay, well, thank you. You have a good one. I enjoy your show and I love it.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
All right, guys, that is the perfect way to end our video today. So let me just do a quick recap before I wish you guys a good night. So if y'all want to sneak in some super chats, or if y'all want to sneak in some emojis, or sneak in some purple hearts, this is your last chance to show me some love, because I'm about to go and call in my Uber Eats order. But okay, so today I initially started this conversation because I created a video about Kandi and Todd's relationship problems that caused some concerns for quite a few of my binge watchers. And I wanted to start this conversation because people started to feel some kind of way, and they felt like we were dealing with like this double standard in a relationship, and they felt like we were expecting so much from Kandi, but if Kandi was a man, we would be just fine with her like living her life and chasing her dream without being there for her family, so to speak. So I really appreciate you guys watching the video. And if you didn't come in the very beginning, I will be leaving this video up and you guys can watch the replay, and go ahead and like this video right now, because right now YouTube needs to know that we appreciate content like this. If you guys just watch the video, you don't say nothing, and you just leave, you lower the chances of YouTube allowing me to create videos like this, because YouTube really cares a lot about whether you guys enjoy my videos or not. So the power is in your hand. If you want more videos like this about the Black experience, let's go ahead and like this video. Let's share it with a friend. Let's comment. Let's show YouTube that Black people want to do more than be ratchet on the gram or on YouTube. Thank you so much, everybody who called in. Our good sis, Miss Zavala, called back in. I think I'm going to see if she has something else to say. Hello?
No, I really
have
didn't have anything else to say. I just clicked out because I wanted to continue listening to the broadcast. I love the comments. I love the way you handle it. You're doing your thing, young brother. And I appreciate everything that you're doing. This is an awesome show. I think everybody should click like and share it. And they should actually sign in and subscribe to your channel and just keep on listening, and you just keep doing your thing. That's all I wanted to tell you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Have a good one.
Goodbye. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate the love. I feel the love. Shout out to everybody who called. Shout out to you, Virgin Vegan. Shout out to all of my members, especially our new members. Let me shout out our newest member. Hilda Hart is our newest member, and she joined Bingeworthy VIP. Thank you guys again for watching this video. I hate to leave, But I've been on for like almost 2 hours, so I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks so much for tuning into this binge-worthy discussion. I want to shout out everyone who called in tonight and everyone who joined in on this conversation in their own way. I really do respect all of my binge watchers, and I feel like I have an obligation to be an ally for all of my beautiful Black queens. I really feel so good about our discussion, and I cannot wait to do it again sometime really, really soon. And I definitely want to give a very special thank you to everyone who sent super stickers or super chats tonight. And shout out to all of y'all who became members so that y'all could use some of these emojis, and be official. All right, thank you guys again for watching this video. I will see you on the next one.